Hello, everyone, and welcome to Countless Heroes, that crazy 16-player West Marches-style campaign where I, Logan, take on 6 of my players at a time. Hello,
Hello, Logan.
Hello.
Hello.
and
Hi.
hello to our wonderful audience. Thank you all for being here today. We really appreciate that. Why don't we get right into it and ask for a recap of yesterday's episode? Who was here and would like to do that?
I can do it.
Oh,
Who was here? Let's start there. All right, Gabby, go.
Like half of us here were here last night. So last night, it was wow, my brain just went out the window. Hold on, sorry. Okay, here we go. So it started off with most of us trying to figure, doing different studies, trying to figure out what we could do, either studying the Carisian armies, even though that information has changed drastically, trying and failing to fix the big ass chasm in the bottom of the now empty lake. Darn it. And just other kind of either studies or being with loved ones. As the group began to try to have some kind of normalcy and meet up at the beer forge, Connor got to meet the Snow Queen. Is it Snow Queen or Ice Queen that she's called?
I think it's Snow Queen.
Snow Queen, okay. And mentioned that something exciting was going to happen and gave him a Turkish delight, which gave me some serious Snow Queen vibes from a language and wardrobe. Don't smile like that. We all met up. Oshin talked about hesitation about them remaining in Cinder Haven and wanting to go to High Water with the rest of their family. The party talked with them a bit, and then shit hit the fan, where a loud thing of lightning struck nearby the building. The group exit to take a look to see a colossal elemental just standing there right next to the beer forge, causing all sorts of trouble. We go into combat. Eventually, it gets banished once by Nathan, where it goes through the 9 hells, and then again more permanently by Saldana. But something we realized is that there was something stationary at its core, which turned out to be a rift. We tried to use ice magic and all sorts of other ways to try and seal it up, but eventually the ice does break, and a Nocturne in full black plate armor comes out of the rift. We realize that this is Mirror Dimension Amy, and that she is looking for Javea, because Mirror Queen Saldana was looking to have a confidant, given that apparently Mirror Javea is dead. Our Saldana was not having any of that, and pretty much said if the queen had troubles not having Javea over, then she can just come over and talk to her herself, which Amy pretty much says okay too. So that's gonna be a thing. Something else we realized though is that going in and out of the portal seems to rip it open a little bit more, because it was noticeably bigger once Amy returned to her own dimension. That's Oof. Not ominous.
Oof. Definitely not going to get worse.
Oh yeah,
not at all.
No, not at all. And Connor goes to talk with Snow Queen briefly, and she mentions that she knows the strategy of the Carisian army, and that they are waiting for Guyana to return before they do a final attack. We all go home, and Oshin hears from Pinball that Carisian attacked High Water, and that nothing was left, and it's all gone. And our characters find out one way or another that happened.
That news travels fast.
Great.
And the army that did that is now marching towards the city, making the city essentially surrounded.
Okay, you take the 500 on the left, and I'll take the 500 on the right.
I'm really glad Javea didn't go to High Water now, because that's where I was going to send her. I just hope she didn't make a stop there first.
Hey, I'm glad I hesitated and I didn't send my kittens there.
Yeah.
I still find it sad that I almost told Oshin that Sultana's grandmother lives in Highwater.
So,
Not anymore, she does.
as I had said yesterday, anybody who has lived in this area for any amount of time has some sort of connection to Highwater. The two cities are pretty inseparable when it comes to that.
Wasn't Nathan's uncle in Highwater?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So is his aunt. So Nathan is the last of his.
Was that where the carnival was?
Yes, that's where the carnival was, although the carnival
Ja-
wasn't. going at this
Jasper and I went there.
Mhm.
Where Owen's
Um,
fathers were.
Owen's fathers were there.
See, that one makes me sad. Nathan's uncle was kind of a dick, so
Yeah. So is his aunt.
yeah.
He also
they weren't
hadn't
married.
talked to any of them in like months, so
There's that.
I forgot that they were like around
Well then,
personally.
it's a solemn, somber day then.
Yes.
And the ships are there with the city. Are they side by side again?
Yes. They're with the city. And have at least been told by a somewhat reliable source that the attack will not happen for a few weeks until Guyana can return. You're not sure what's significant about 3 weeks, but we'll find out.
The shattering.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
I forgot. You guys do know what's significant about 3 weeks.
Mhm.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm very.
Yeah, because I made a Fey deal.
I told Ago that we were going to restore the fucking Dragon Mother.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's not in promises.
We have a really long to-do list for 3 weeks.
Soxy has a much longer
He had
time.
promised something to Mo like forever ago, but if we can ever cast a wish, he's gonna do something, but I don't remember what it was. Like, we keep promising things, and then people need to stop.
GB's like 2 left. Oh, GB can cast Wish now.
What could possibly go wrong?
GB also understands the
Logan-
consequences of casting wish.
Logan
That's
just
fair.
Logan just realized what had happened. Just like, oh no, the dog can cast Wish.
Milk bones are falling from the sky.
The wicked dog is literally the most powerful of you all. That's ridiculous.
He's also the smartest.
Yep, he's
I just want to
1
say how
point.
fucking amazing that is.
Yeah, he's 1 point smarter than me.
He himself was awakened by a wish spell. So I think he should take one of his dog toys and awaken the dog
And
toy.
awaken it.
Oh
That's
my
good plan.
God.
That would be amazing.
Wish is only so powerful, Fennec.
Oh, he could awaken a pygmy goat and have a goat buddy like
Ah,
his dad did.
And the soul of Hobbs returns to the.
No,
And
I
in
don't
the
like
next
the idea
game,
of it returning.
Hobbs is a goat.
Because if it's returning, that means it left? I don't like that
Oh.
implication.
or a GB
Same.
just awakens a big turtle who becomes cloudy.
Oh, there's a neat idea.
I love
I'm
Cloudy
invincible.
is an actual awakened turtle, not a turtle.
Not a turtle anymore.
I love it.
I know that doesn't fit, but it just occurred to me. I thought it
Why
was
not?
funny.
What the hell was that?
I yawned. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. That was
It was that's no moon.
sound like a 1940s audio drama.
Who shot first?
JR.
All right.
That was a big deep cut, and
That's
90%
like-
of people did.
2.
I got it.
That was 1 and 1 from another. That's 2.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's 2.
Yep.
Although I doubt we're ever going to reference what was it, Dallas? Was that what it was?
You.
Yeah, that was Dallas.
I don't think we're ever going to reference that one again, unless it's that specific reference.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna try one. See if I can slip it by you now.
Well, considering that's all I know about the show, then I will not get anything else you reference. At least, well, maybe I will. Maybe there's references I know that aren't from the show.
Alrighty.
I love the blank faces from the young people.
No, I know about Dallas. I just haven't watched it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
literally all I know about it too.
Do not know about Dallas.
How would I not know about Dallas?
They lives in Texas.
Are you
We're not
surprised?
talking about the city.
Are you surprised
know.
that I don't know about Dallas?
Not
It's a
really.
soap opera, like, and
That's
well,
why I don't know about it.
They've
Like
re-
Hollyoaks?
yes,
They
kind of.
recorded a new version of it recently.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
were-
Lord.
Yeah, there's a new version,
It
but
was one
the
of
original
the-
was in the 70s.
It was probably the biggest cliffhanger event that existed in the late 80s, I think.
Yeah, I think it started in the 70s sometime and then like went into the 80s and ended sometime in the 90s.
Yeah. So it's a huge marketing campaign. Who shot JR? It was gigantic.
Yeah. Fun fact: we have a soap called Coronation Street, which has been running since
Oh,
the 50s
yes.
and is still going today.
Yep.
A what now?
We have a soap opera called Coronation Street that started in 1952 and is still running today.
Yeah, it's the same one. I've only seen a few episodes of it, but yeah, it's been around for a long time. And EastEnders, but I don't remember how long that one's been around.
About
Not as long.
70s, I think. Yeah, soap operas they stick around for a while here because there's nothing else to watch.
Except us.
Yes. Speaking of that, we should probably play some D&D.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go with our own soap opera.
So yesterday was the first day that you did not pull from the hag bag. Who has the hag?
I forgot
I
about that.
think I still have it because I think it just kind of got shoved to the side when Dead Nathan came out. No one touched it again.
It's
forgot about
we
that.
haven't. I think it's still at Pinballs because we didn't want to pull from it after Dead Nathan.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, as you wake up, Pinball has already been up for a couple of hours and he's been working. As you come into the room, he says, dear. And he points over to the corner where the hag bag has been laying. There's something in it.
Oh,
I haven't looked yet.
okay, I can do that. Gonna like grab the pouch of Versali's touch just in case something really bad happens. And try to reach in,
You gonna reach in or you're just gonna pull
pull
it out?
whatever's in it.
Just grab it by the corner and
And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
kind of
roll me percentile.
dump it out.
I don't like that things are appearing on its own now.
Yeah, me
I don't
neither.
either.
97.
I don't
I
think
like
it's
that.
so much of us grabbing from it. I think it just happens and we happen to grab it at the right time. I don't like it.
I don't know if that was good or bad that I rolled that high.
Or one of the boys pulled from it and just didn't open the bag.
Oh, no.
I don't think Sparks is gonna do that after he pulled out a dragon.
As you start to slide it up, you hear all this crinkling sound, like metal sliding against metal. As you get it up about halfway, do you go slow or do you like pull it fairly quickly?
Slowly, just
As you start to slowly kind of still lift the bag, the shifting weight inside is very strange as coins start to pour out of the bag onto the countertop. Gold coins. 500 gold coins.
okay. Can I like look at them? Are they to see if they're like normal gold coins or just like
They are stamped. They are stamped Corrosian coins. but instead of facing left, the head faces right.
Okay. Well, that's something. I guess probably from the same place as Nathan. The other, that one.
Was that today's or yesterday?
I don't know. I can see if there's something else.
I just worry that, especially since, didn't you have something live or undead come out of it? I would hate for something to appear in the bag without us being here.
Yeah, the only thing that was live was the little insect. There's just a little bug. That was the
little
only thing.
insect, the swarm of bugs, the skeleton. I thought there was quite a few things.
The skeleton wasn't live. It was just,
Oh, okay.
It was just. I think the soldier came to life after they cast some spells on it.
The dragon.
Yeah, that one was live.
Okay. Oh, there's a dragon from the other realm flying around our world.
Told you I should have kept him and raised him.
You're not there.
I really. First off, I don't think you should stay here anymore with the kids. But I'm almost wondering if it's safer to do it when everyone's around than to just have things appear.
I can take it to the guild house. At least that's a sort of safe place where.
Sure.
There's something happens. I don't know. Subterranean's right there. I don't think, with their investments, I don't think they'd let it just, burn down around them, sort of. Wanna pick it up in I'm not gonna pull anything from it, but I'm gonna hold on to it to take it to the guild house.
Alrighty. Anything anybody else wants to do this morning?
No. Oh, sorry.
Well, Saldana, having a sense that she's going to be meeting other her, she's been going through her old wardrobe of things to wear, but she's also consoling Rydell, her father, because after hearing what happened to Highwater, just consoling him because her grandmother, his mother, was in Highwater, so she's just consoling him, and she didn't know her that well, so she's not too torn up, but she is helping her father through as best she can in the moment.
He probably had quite a lot of extended family there and dozens of friends, easily. He is probably very not in the talking mood today, but he will take a little comfort now and then. He is seemingly trying to throw himself into his work, but failing. He keeps staring at the same piece of paper and just holding a pen and just kind of becoming unresponsive for a while.
She'd do the best she can. She's not the greatest at these situations, but she'd also have Stokes and make sure that, he brings him food and takes care of him, talks to him, make sure he gives him breaks, things like that.
Stokes will kind of, as you are asking these things of him, he kind of laughs at you a little bit. Donna, I took care of you and all your family for years. I know what I'm doing.
Right. Sorry, I'm just worried.
He gives you a big hug and kisses you on the forehead. Yes, me too. They say it is always darkest before the dawn. But the city has been dark before.
Thank you, Stokes. I'm very glad my father found you.
I am blessed to have found him. And he'll go back to his duties. I guess they're not duties anymore. He'll go back to his chore. Anyone else? Oh, Finko? Yeah.
No, I was just going to say that Finko actually lives at the guild house now, so if Oshin comes along with a bag, Finko's going to be there. Because he's not...
I figure we'll have you guys meet up at the guild house in the morning, because you guys know that there's going to be some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Finko hasn't lived at the Greaser Union in a while, because he went away.
Yeah.
Lark will be there. He's currently helping and encouraging Foster to complete the park course. He's in training.
Callie is holding a service this morning for any of her followers who've lost family. Just basically to try and bring comfort.
Okay. Soxy, anything in particular?
She probably would have wanted to attend a service because of what happened at Highwater. And at some point went over and awkwardly knocked on Pinball and Oshin's door because she still feels a little weird going over there without knocking anymore.
Are we doing this now?
We don't. Well,
Or,
we were.
or has it already happened at this point?
We kind of assume it already happened, but we're at because we had like 3 weeks.
That's true.
But it's at the point now where it's like kind of like the family that you don't see very often. The like awkward, you're my family. I know I care about you, but I don't know you very well. So do we hug? Do we shake hands?
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you knock on the door with the portal, which unfortunately they're not going to hear because it's technically 500 feet below them. So you probably would have learned that at some point.
Yeah.
But there is a door inside that leads into the parlor that you can knock on once you're past the portal.
Okay. She knocks on that door.
Is somebody knocking on the door?
Yeah.
All right. And a few moments later, the door will open and Pinball is standing there. He just grins and smiles and gives you a big hug.
She hugs him back. Hi.
Hi. How are you feeling today?
It's been. We've had better mornings, right? And I think. And she points at her arm to where she's got like a black band on. That I'm assuming they're selling them in town, probably.
Sure.
Black bands with
Yeah,
like
that's
the symbol of Highwater on it. It wasn't a good day yesterday.
No.
But yeah.
Try to keep saying I'll deal with it later and trying to work, and it just never seems.
Yeah, it's not getting any easier.
You know, I realized the other day that I get to tell you all of my stories all over. I'm very excited about that.
That's true. And I look forward to hearing them.
Has Oshin shared the one where we went into market one day and Oshin knocked over an entire crate of cabbage? It was very exciting.
No, he didn't tell me that one.
Okay, for later.
Okay.
And he'll leave you to it and head back.
All right. Morning.
Hello.
Why do you guys have a giant pile of coins on your kitchen counter?
came from the bag. It all just appeared there. So we're going to. So we said that it'd be best for it to be at the guild house, probably not around Kissins.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a bad idea. Could you imagine what would happen if one of them put their paw in the bag and started pulling out a skeleton? Oh, Jesus Christ, we'd never find all the pieces.
That would be pretty bad, yeah.
All right. Yeah, do you want help getting? Are we leaving that here? And she points at the pile of gold. Or did you check it for magic or anything? I mean, it looks pretty basic, but
Gonna check it.
we haven't had the
magic
best
level.
luck this week with basic things like mirrors and whatnot. So, you know.
It's no magic, but the mirror also wasn't magic until you looked at it.
Right, so we'll put the coins in a bag without looking at our reflections in the coins.
You're fine. So you collect the coins and put them in. While they are, most of the nations here use a very similar coin size and weight, so there's no problem with possibly spending these here, even though they are mismarked. No, there's no coin collectors here, so they're not excited about a reverse mark or anything. But so there's no point. You could easily just spend them, even though they're corrosion stamped.
Yeah, maybe we could use these for something after the war. I don't really think that right now is the time.
No, that's true. Maybe just stick it in the safe at the guild house for now.
Yeah, and if someone needs something, GB's really hankering for a spell or something.
That's true. He has to spend a lot of money getting spells put in his book.
So do 2 other members of the party now.
Yep. So, 500 gold in party funds so that people can put spells in their book. Not a bad deal.
That's true.
Yeah, GBs though. Oh, how much is it per spell level?
50 gold per 50 gold per spell level, and
Okay,
2
so
hours.
that would be 1 9th level spell with 50 gold left over.
It would also take how many hours?
That also doesn't account for the cost of the actual scroll.
Yeah.
Or
No,
the
of
ink.
course.
Yeah, no, well, no, the 50 gold is the ink. 50 gold per spell level.
okay.
So that's 950 gold and 18 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, we should just assume anytime one of the wizards isn't in game, they're copying spells into their book for hours and hours on end.
I don't have as much studying to do because I'm a very low level wizard.
So,
Right.
are we supposed to meet up with everyone at the Beer Forge today?
I think we're meeting at the guild house planned for the other Sildona.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be strange. Do you think she's gonna be like pink?
I don't know. Did we look any different? Well, I probably did. But
I have no idea. I do think it was interesting that we both had kids in the other one.
yeah,
We should ask Callie about that.
I don't understand how. Probably the same as the kittens, just sort of found. But
That's true. She said that we had kids, but we didn't actually ask her what the kids were in terms of like chitin
Yeah.
versus furball versus whatever. We can find out. All right. Today's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, should we go and meet everyone then?
Sounds good.
So you guys all gather at the guild house. Let's go ahead and zoom through and get to that. Some of you are already there. I assume Oshie and Soxy probably the last to arrive.
Saldana is dressed a lot more nicely than she usually does nowadays, but she's still wearing like nice pants, knee-high boots, and a double-breasted, like dark blue coat with a long tail.
I know I'm normally quiet, but that's because I'm writing like 17 hours a day. Is everyone alright?
I mean, for the most part, it's a
As
bit
much as I
depressing.
can, yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I've been better, but I've also been worse, so.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't there the other day. Congratulations, Callie.
Oh, thank you.
I have to say
Thank you.
congratulations to Primeheart when I see him next too.
Thanks, guys.
So, the bag just started making things. I don't know if that's just
What?
how it's always worked.
Oh,
What?
Well, it's
That's
okay
not
this
good.
time because it was just money, but maybe not next time. I'm not
I don't
keeping it
like
at my house
that.
anymore.
No, I don't like that either. But
Yeah.
so what do we do about it?
I guess we have to pull from the back if it's just going to drop things off.
Do we need to pull from it again today then?
Better to
I
pull from it than
don't know.
let stuff just magically spawn somewhere, I guess.
Okay. Who
Do you
wants
want me to
do
try
it?
pulling from it? I could try pulling from it, see if there's anything else to be pulled.
If you want to, yeah.
Sure.
It's worth a shot to see what happens.
Better to test the hypothesis. Saldana will go over to the bag and she'll carefully reach her hand in.
Roll me percentile.
14.
A piece of parchment appears in your hand, rolled up, wax sealed.
Do I recognize the seal?
It's generic. It's sort of looks like the top of a candle flame.
Yeah, fuck it. She's just gonna carefully open the seal. She's like has her arms outreach as she carefully opens the seal, and she's gonna
Yeah,
open.
that'll stop it. So you pop it open and you unscroll it. It is a scroll of one second. I'm trying to remember the spell name. I had it a second ago.
I'm very nervous. So we do have to pull from it every day. That's fun.
Firestorm.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that a
Oh.
good one?
It's a good one.
Ooh.
Only GB could cast this without using it up.
Ooh, that's
I can.
a really strong
Should
spell.
put that with gold.
I can cast it too.
So can I.
Oh, that means I can too. Not yes, but I could.
It is a powerful spell, but oh god, it's a good spell.
Let's put it away for now and figure it out later.
Because if GB wants it in his book, he could copy it into his book, and then
Mm-hmm.
we can, and then get it around there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you think it'll let you pull a third time?
I'll
I'd
try.
rather not know.
I'll try.
Gonna step away from think cool of it. Right, go.
Because can reach into
I'm
the
just
bag.
curious.
Yeah, so am I.
100% off.
Oh boy. $90.
Callie is not a smart woman. Just a reminder.
Finku is smart, but also curious.
So you reach in and your hand wraps around the feel of burlap, like a cinched burlap bag. As you pull it out, the smell of rotting tomatoes hits everyone's face. Inside in this bag is just basically a gooey, drippy mess of rotting tomatoes. Finku, Constitution save.
Fuck.
And actually, it doesn't look like wizards can cast Firestorm. It doesn't look like that's in their class spell list.
I think it's Druid Cleric.
Druid Cleric
Great
Sorcerer.
sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
As the paladins are level 17 now, their aura's at 30 feet. Am I in their aura?
Sure.
Then that's like a 26. No, 22. 24, sorry. 24.
Why did you need them?
You get a plus
Uh,
3 from me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you feel like the bag was trying to maybe take your energy to be able to activate it. You feel like there's this pull, but you were able to activate it.
Ah. Okay.
Not the most useful of items.
No.
Oh, let's go throw those out.
Well, yeah, but
smells
we
awful.
also learned something. Taking that you tried to, like, you can use it more than once a day, but then you've run the risk of it taking your own energy. That's
Oh.
a weird pull.
So once a day.
Once a
Once a
day.
day.
Once a day.
Unless we're in dire straits, but then again, we won't know what we pull out, so I don't know why we would do it anyway.
I mean, it could be really helpful.
I know.
That's what's good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go get rid of these tomatoes.
Ugh. What time are we supposed to be meeting Mirror Saldana?
I don't know. Probably best, though, that we head over to the rift and keep an eye out for when it
Yeah.
does activate and we see Amy and her.
Do we have any plans for what's going to happen? If things
Well, given that
were-
we already know why she wants to come through and what she wants, I have a very good idea of how to start the conversation.
She's not here. We don't know where she is. She left.
And what about if that leads to hostilities? What do we do then?
I know me, but I also don't know her. So,
And Amy's there. And Amy
It's-
terrifying.
it's going to be very it's going to be interesting. I'm not
Oh.
sure how it's going to go, but it is best that I talk to myself, because that's... Sultana already starts going to the, oh god, what am I doing kind of...
I think that
I am well practiced
don't
at
know.
it if you need help.
I don't know if this is a comfort or not, but I think that 6 of us could very easily take out Saldana. She's not she's really small and
It would only take
she's-
one.
I
Saldana,
am
would you
also
like to go
a
out?
powerful spellcaster, fuck you!
well, yeah.
Okay.
The 6 of us, all 6 of us.
I was just gonna suggest we say that we'll voluntarily submit to a zone of truth, so they know that we're not lying.
That's what I was also thinking, but God, Zoshi, how often do you think about
Someone
that?
else brought up hostilities, and I
it
think
was me,
that
I
out
did
of
that.
everyone here, I would rather it be a hostile Saldana than, say, a hostile Lara. I trust
Okay.
your abilities, but
Was
not
that a
against
Muppet Walk,
6 people.
Logan? Was that a
Yeah,
Muppet Walk?
probably.
Yes!
I'm getting the fuck out of
Um,
this conversation.
So, right. Let's just hope there's no hostilities at all. And so Soxy
Yeah.
kind of puts herself between Saldana and Oshin.
While I hope there aren't any hostilities, going into this without a plan for them feels wrong.
I don't disagree, but we also don't know enough information. We don't know how many people she's going to bring with her. We don't know how angry she's going to be, because we don't know what Mira Saldana's like. We know she
We don't know if
exists.
she has any magic or not, is the
My-
other thing.
That's true.
By this point, you had magic, so I assume so. But no, my main question was, if things turn hostile, we are going to attack, right?
I
I'm
think
not
we would
saying
let
we
them make the
should.
first move.
Yes,
That's fine.
I think that defending ourselves is perfectly valid, even if it's against Saldana and Amy.
So
Okay.
we don't make any first aggressive attacks. I might be a bit
Not this
sharp.
time, no.
No, I might be a bit sharp with myself, but then again, it's me and myself talking, so expect something. I don't know. Then again, I don't know her personality just yet. She could be similar to mine, or she could be totally different.
Well, considering that your mirror self is happily married to Primeheart, I would expect there are some differences.
Did it say we were married, or was that just
Yeah.
Oh.
I will also
Yeah.
say something that came up yesterday. Amy said that you two were uncanny.
In terms of appearance, I'm
And
sure just
how
with-
you talked. It came up after you commanded them.
Oh, keep in mind, that was me putting up a front in Terra.
I know that, but that gives us a fair assessment of what we can expect.
So
Yes.
Mira Saldana is our Saldana when she's being bitchy.
Assertive.
I wasn't
No,
there. I don't know
assertive.
what she actually said.
I
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
there either, but I'm just still gonna go on a limb and say assertive.
She
No,
looks
I
at
think
Saldana.
I-
I'm sorry, the way you said that, I wasn't with the putting up the front. I wasn't sure if you meant like you were.
Okay.
I think bitchy
Wow,
is
so it's
actually a really
Sultana
good
being put on
descriptor.
blast now.
Nathan's not here. We're all taking it out on the other novel.
Oh,
That's apparently what the last 2 days were.
I'm being very nice to Saldana.
Sorry,
I'm
let
still
me
being put
rephrase
on
that.
blast.
So, okay, so if that's the case, then the Mira Saldana is our Saldana when she's pulls out her very like, I'm in charge, don't fuck with me business is more what I meant.
Yes.
Not bitchy. That was the wrong word.
You realize I'm closer to the ground to you than anyone else here.
No, I'm the closest one to the ground.
I'm the closest to the ground next to you.
You're implying you could
That is
catch
true.
me?
I'm implying I could smack you on the back of the head.
again,
He's like, I don't think you could.
no, I don't think you could.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be a
Welcome
weird day.
party once again. That's amazing. You're awesome.
Oh, hi.
Now the tension.
We seem
has
to
been-
overlap our streams a lot. You always beat us to the raid.
Now the tension has been successfully diffused? Question mark. Shall we head over to the crack?
yes, but I'd
I
like to
suppose.
do something first,
Oh,
just for my own. I need to send a sending, and
Okay.
Callie's gonna cast sending to Javea just to double check and make sure Javea wasn't in high water. She'll say, "Just checking in on you, hoping you weren't near or by high water. Army is moving from there. Be safe. All our love."
It's not an army. It's the flying city. There are two. No troops. It was over in a couple of minutes. I'm fine.
Callie relays that to the group.
Well, that's not good.
What if we ask her for help?
The other Saldana?
The other Saldana. I know that it's a very dangerous idea to bring people through, but if we're facing that many armies and something that dangerous, I'm not sure how we can handle it ourselves with just us and our army.
We could try. We don't know what she's like, so we don't know if she's going to want something in return or what she's going to want in return.
Oh, I
We-
can tell you what she'll want in return right now. She'll want Javea.
If
And
it
that's
gets
not our
Javea.
decision.
But if it gets Javea out of a world where she's going to be hunted down by that monster,
it's still
That's
not our
a real
decision to
terror.
make.
it's not our decision to make, no. But we can promise to try and let her know of the option.
I'm okay with that.
Here's the thing for me, though. That Saldana had her chance with her Javea. She'd lost her Javea. I'm not losing mine.
That is also very valid.
You could go with her.
No.
I s-
I'm not
To be
going to.
fair, we also don't know exactly what happened to the Javea over there, do we? I mean, she might have
no.
I just know she died.
sick or something, or she might have had an accident. So we probably should wait to reserve judgment on that particular set of it. But I agree with you. I don't think we should necessarily just hand over Javea. Asking's not a bad
definitely-
idea, though.
We could ask her what her opinion is if she wants to go. I don't. It's not really up to us. But we can put that offer out.
I had a thought about something that I just learned how to do. I can ask and see if seeking help from that place is going to be beneficial to us. I know that spell now.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to sort of go through my stuff and let's people in the next room. I'm going to I was trying to read the description and also talk. I want to cast divination to see if seeking help from the other place will help us within the next 7 days. I guess if it'll help us or if it'll harm us.
All right. So as you cast the spell, you just hear sort of a disembodied voice. Two tigers fell into a pit. Too deep for each to leave. After struggling, they find one could stand on the other. One could be free, the other could not. That's it. That's all you get.
Okay. This little poem about two tigers fell into a pit. They couldn't get out by climbing each other. When climbing the other, they could, but only one could be free and the other one could not.
That probably sounds like the two Saldanas that one would get better out of that situation.
So one of the Sultans is going to climb on top of the other?
Metaphors.
Then they will be Super Saldana. Unstoppable.
With a really
You
big trench coat.
guys,
Yeah, they're really big trench coats.
this maybe we've already discussed this and I just missed the conversation, but is it possible that the reason there's a mirror universe that's the like flip of ours is because when Cass was broken apart, so was the world? Is something going to happen where only one of the mirrors can stay? Like with Hedwig and Guyana?
That's sort of what I thought.
Well, divination can only go up to 7 days. I'm not sure how that would affect. So the shattering takes place in 3 weeks.
Then something will
Right.
happen within the next few days. Cass.
Or it's letting us know that even if we try to work together, one of us is still going to get the lesser of a deal.
Yeah.
Ooh. Trapped in a pit doesn't sound like lesser of a deal. It sounds like one person leaves and one person dies.
Yeah.
Well, the other person just goes and gets help.
Some of you might be fairly smart, I think, in this group. But
Not me.
not necessarily dies, but trapped or stuck. I would have gone with the frogs or crabs in a pot had it been died.
One of us are going to be trapped somehow. Whether that means either a Saldana or a dimension, one of us is going to be trapped in one way or another. By what, I don't know. That thought kind of terrifies me, honestly.
Me too, Fennec. I want seafood now.
Now I
Sorry,
want
Jay.
sushi. Thanks.
So we don't know what exactly it means by stuck. But it's potentially not a good thing. Are they fighting Kyros over there too?
I guess that's something we can ask her.
I don't think so, because when I was over there, Callie and Afra in that world were on their honeymoon in Kyros. So I don't know that they're fighting.
Well, we could find out, I suppose.
That's true.
Maybe we should start heading over there and ponder about this more.
I think you guys
It might
have
help
been,
our
but yeah.
heads.
So as you get over there, the city has erected walls, temporary walls around the crack with spikes on the top of it, and just to kind of deter people from getting in. There is several guard in the area, and as you get there, the person, the major that's kind of in charge of this area, says, "We've spoken with Ivy, and she has said that you can use the forge as a meeting."
Thank
It's
you.
literally right there, so I figured it's better than meeting outside.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we've set it up already. Ivy said that there's not enough business to worry about, so
If anything,
we'll have guards posted outside.
If anything happens, let us know.
Should we wait out here to let them in, or should we wait?
I would say go in, and then we will let you know when they arrive. If they come anytime soon, we have no idea when.
Fair enough.
All right.
Ivy's prepared food.
So Lana goes into the beer forge.
Ivy turns and smiles. All the tables and chairs have been moved and stacked to the opposite side, except for the largest table they've got kind of sitting towards the door, about halfway between the door and the thing, close to by where you guys you normally sit. However, the place where your table belongs, the reserve sign is hanging on the wall.
Hi, Ivy.
Hi.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Yes?
That's one word for it.
Oh, live a little. What's wrong with
I've
this?
lived a lot, several times in a row.
That seems strange.
It's a long story.
Ivy, I am going to volunteer to be a trapped tiger on the bottom.
That sounds like you.
That was the decision we've come to, where I have.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I don't think any of us agree to that.
Yeah, no.
Let's not.
Yes, I think Oshin prefers to be the boss. I really don't know. I know nothing about your sex life. I wish I. It's a strange thing to say.
A little bit.
Okay. Maybe a bit.
Pinball's a fascinating individual. I've known him a lot.
That's true.
Why do you keep growing and shrinking over there, Sildon?
You know, my camera is weird, Logan. Fuck you. Yeah, Saldana's just go take a seat and just preparing.
How many seats are there? If I look.
12.
Okay, so there's enough for a larger.
For all of our
Figured
mirror.
You guys are usually 6 or 7, and then, or
Just
5 or 6
curious
or
what-
so, and then if you get another.
What Ivy thought was going to happen. That's what I was wondering.
They asked for the biggest table. That's all. So she put 12 chairs around the biggest. They could probably fit another couple if necessary on the ends, and then they could bring over a couple other tables if necessary.
If needed, I will go sit at the child's table.
That's
I'm not sure that is going to be necessary. We've got a lot of chairs here.
Anyone else just ridiculously nervous about this entire thing?
Yeah, I don't want to meet myself.
Yeah. I just
How do
had
you
the
think I feel?
About the
It
same
just-
as I did when I was trapped over there by myself.
I just thought, what if she doesn't come by herself? What if, other people that come through?
She's a queen. I doubt she would come by herself. I doubt
Oh.
Amy would let her come by herself.
Yeah.
Amy certainly wouldn't leave me alone most of the time.
No offense, Saldana, but if she brings that world's prime heart, that's gonna be really weird for me.
How do you think I'll feel?
Probably about the same.
Equally awkward, just for slightly different reasons.
Yes.
Like
Well,
two
this is
sides of
just-
an awkward coin.
Just a really awkward situation overall.
Yeah, having to
Yeah.
look at my mirror self when, it's actually a living creature and nobility, well, I'm nobility, but a queen, which is a job I never wanted. Who knows what's going to happen with this conversation?
So do you want them not living? Is that what you're saying?
Thank you. No. That's
It
going
was
to
a
just.
joke.
I
It
know,
was a
but
joke.
just already visualizing it is very perturbing.
Diplomacy. At the best of times. Always diplomacy.
Well, I'm not good at that.
I'm not good at diplomacy.
I'm really not good at diplomacy.
I was never very good at the talking portions of my studies.
I will handle it.
Yeah, Lark, you're so charming. I think that'll be fine.
Just what's more worrisome for me is I'm scared if I don't know what's more terrifying is that she's going to be exactly like me or if she's going to be more ruthless or more cold. I don't know.
There's no way for us to know until she shows up and we start talking to her. Not really.
What got me when I was over there was that it was a world where it seemed to be very, very similar. The castle still stood, so everything clearly happened. But the people never stood up. They were okay with living in a world that way.
But
They were
why
alright
will
with
we?
everything. I don't know.
I guess that's a topic of conversation that we can have with her.
Because we all met because we were trying to stop all this. So what made us stop?
I
Well,
mean,
I
clearly I
probably-
went through with the marriage still, and I stayed as queen.
Sox and I probably were never brought in at all.
Yeah, you were happily
Right.
walking along with Uma and a bunch of kids.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, if we never got separated from our mother and each other, and we never went through all of it, then it makes sense that we wouldn't have joined any sort of a resistance because there was no reason to. And we actually don't know if, I mean, do we know? Was Earl even a vampire over there? I mean, the same
don't-
thing may not have happened.
Different histories.
Right, we don't know if they had a Leviathan.
We know that there was a dragon attack of some time.
Yeah, because we.
Oh, I just had a thought about that recently. We did pull a dragon out of the bag. Maybe that was just the dragon coming for its baby, and that
From
was our
that
bad.
dimension.
Or maybe they don't call it the Leviathan over there and it was just a sea dragon.
Maybe?
Oh, so many questions that just increasingly make me freak the fuck out.
Oh, luckily, if she's here, we can ask them and get a straighter answer than from Nathan's corpse.
That's true.
I never opened my temple because I never needed to fight.
The other me must have some
Yeah.
sort of confidence and leadership skills if she's even looking for a confidant. And willing to stay as queen.
Something must have happened, though, because Primeheart was there. The only reason he came here was because of the war.
Or to work as the royal gardener
Right.
because he loves plants and that's when they met. So,
It is possible
yeah.
that I am not there either.
I guess these are all things
Yeah.
we can ask. But
Hobbs
do we
is
want
there.
to know?
Phoebe wasn't awakened. He was still a puppy, just sitting at the lakeside with Hobbs.
What do you think Jastra is like over there?
No idea.
Well, without having to play those games, maybe she could be the person she always wanted to be.
Don't feel like dwelling on what they are and what we are is too much of a good idea.
No, I don't think it is.
I am curious to see who she's going to end up bringing with her, because if we're just hanging out with Uma, then the chances are good that she won't necessarily be friends with us. And it sounded like, from what Callie saw, she's not necessarily close friends with Primeheart or the Queen on that side. So things are very different.
We will find out shortly.
We hope.
Saldana is just a lot more quiet as we keep waiting.
I'll pour everybody a glass of milk.
Thank you, Lark.
Okay.
It is a new one today. It's 7.
7?
Forgot you had that jug.
It came at the best time. I was allowed free drinks. Ivy gave me free drinks right after I got this. It was very nice of her.
Reindeer.
This is new, but I like it. It tastes like drinking milk on a rainy day.
All right.
Callie gets up and starts kind of pacing a little bit because she's not good at sitting still.
No, really?
Shocker
Few
to
mi-
everybody in the party.
A few minutes later, one of the major pops in and says, "It looks like they're coming."
Saldana's gonna stand up, kind of pull her coat down a little bit to make it look nicer, and she's gonna walk out to go and greet them.
I will hold the door.
Anyone want to come and give a greeting before we come in?
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Probably
a
smart.
queen. She probably
Sure.
should.
Okay.
So you're gonna go out and greet her?
Yep.
Okay. Major looks like he's going to kind of protest against that a little bit, but decides not to and lets you.
Is there a reason we shouldn't go out?
You said you ask him, or are you just saying that to the group?
Sorry, what? I didn't hear that.
Are you asking him that, or are you asking that to
No, I'm asking him that.
I don't know. It was just a recommendation from some of the council, but you do it however you want.
I think it would make things a little less awkward once we get into the actual talks to greet them and let us get used to things before we actually get into discussion.
It's something to do with a show of, well, it's showy, or it's I don't know. They said something like it's bring them to you instead of you going to them. I don't know. But
Oh,
whatever you
a show of force.
Well, seeing as we're trying to be
posturing. Maybe they use the word posturing.
Shall I shut the door on them as they're coming
No.
through?
No.
No.
All right, I didn't
There
want
is
to.
not
Should maybe
far.
just a couple of us go then?
I'll
That way
stay.
we don't go.
I'll stay back here.
You sure, Callie?
Yeah.
I can go with you, so.
All right, so who's gonna go?
I'm in the middle. I'm holding the door.
I'll stay with Callie.
Then I'll go with
Wait,
them.
so Saldana's going. If anybody's going to do the posturing, it should be Saldana, since that's who they're here to meet. So you're the one that should stay behind if you want to try to make an impact like that. You should be the one staying in the room. But if you're going to go, you might as well all go. Saldana, because that's who they're here to meet. That's the point. If you go and meet them, that's the sign of weakness. It could be looked at. Is what he's trying to get at.
Okay. Kind of see
That
what
is a
he's
good
getting
point.
at now.
So, Lark and I can go.
I
Or,
guess if
again, you all can go. You can do it any way you want. This is just what his recommendation was and what he was told might happen. That's why they chose the beer forge instead of meeting outside of the portal. Like, it's not you're waiting around for him. It's like you guys are doing what you're doing, and then you'll be brought to them. But it's however you guys want to do it. I just want to be clear.
then we can do that. Then Saldana won't go. If that's the recommendation, she won't do that. She's gonna go with the experts who know a little bit more about negotiation shit than she does.
All right. So is everyone going to stay behind then?
Yeah, if Saldana's
Okay.
not going out, then I
Yeah,
would
if-
assume we're all staying inside the beer
Yeah.
forge.
Might as well
Okay.
not poke the bear.
Sure. So the major's like, all right. Yeah, bear. Okay. And he had
Good boy, Foster. Good boy.
He is tired from his exercise earlier.
Bet he did a fantastic job.
That's really impressive that he managed to get through some of those places I didn't think that he'd be able to fit. I didn't think I'd be able to fit.
Just goes to show that he is a super bear.
He's very ferocious.
Well, he is now, yes.
Saldana would be standing, waiting for them to come in. Just standing and looking a little too nervous to sit down just yet.
Sure. After a few minutes, you start to hear sounds outside. Everything sounds not like it's not battle or anything. It's just people moving and walking. You start to hear the sounds of that very heavy suit of armor.
I'll open the door.
Lark, as you open the door, the outside around you, you're confused for a moment because everything is like cast in shadow. And there's this radius of not pitch blackness, but a magical shadow darkness around around Amy as she walks. And standing next to her, then walking through the door, is Amy first, and then she steps aside, and in walks Saldana. Queen Saldana strangely looks a little taller than normal Saldana.
Welcome to the forge.
Her eyes are a little brighter, maybe a little lighter. She's wearing a long, deep, blood red dress. Around her neck is a very impossibly thin mithril chain. And hanging right in the center of her fairly low-cut dress is an upside-down ankh.
Callie
Matter-
flinches.
As the door
immediately.
shuts, Amy turns off the magical shadow that she seemed to have been casting, and Saldana and Amy walk to the table.
You're welcome.
It's good to meet you. As you could probably tell, I am Saldana of this realm.
She extends her hand. I am Queen Saldana of Cinderhaven.
She shakes it.
Her hand is cold. Impossibly cold.
Shall we sit?
Thank you. And she says,
Can Saldana get a read and figure out, like, she knows something is definitely off about this Saldana. Is she able to kind of discern what it is about this Saldana that is so not mortal? It is the word that Saldana would think to
you can have whatever
use.
assumptions you want, but without casting a spell to determine it, you're not going to be 100% sure.
My question was going to be:
Yes.
Did I notice the darkness in the shadow?
Oh, yeah. It was literally a 50-foot radius of shadowy going around.
And it went off, like everybody saw it because it was turned off well after she was inside.
When the door opened, it looked like it was like dusk out.
So I don't need
And
to
the
say-
shadowy came into the room and made everything in here dimmer until she turned it.
And I'm assuming that is.
Oh, she's gonna kill me.
I'm assuming that's the holy symbol. I think it is around her neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is the holy symbol to Gaia.
Fuck! So Lana has her holy symbol under her jacket, by the way. She's not having that out and about.
Callie is going to move basically behind Sildana and just kind of stand like she is a bodyguard, kind of. Rather than sitting down because she's too antsy after that.
Was there any sort of recognition from her to any of the rest of us? Like she'd seen us before?
No.
Okay.
Amy told me that you were full of questions. Should we start there? Break the ice, as it were.
I can offer you some reindeer milk.
No, thank you.
I would ask what you're wanting here, but we already know the answer to that. So then I'll ask why her specifically and what happened to the one in your world.
One more time. I heard something about happening in the real world, so go ahead.
Yeah, Saldana was basically asking, like, why do you want Javea and what happened to the one in your world?
You want to start right there, do you?
Cut to the chase,
Huh.
as it were.
I'm not sure if you're trying to be smart and controlling, or if you're kind of weak and idiotic. I'm happy either way. She was killed by a merciless, horrible creature that exists in our world. I don't know who he is. He's smart and clever, nearly impossible to track. No one's ever seen his face. A hulking creature. We call him the Ursine Paladin. He wears a bear mask. He kills her as he wishes to kill me. For simply being what I am.
And that would be?
I think you know. And she smiles, and she has elongated canine.
Yep.
The same as my husband, the same as everyone in my court.
Even Prime Heart.
Of course.
Callie just kind of takes a deep breath at that one.
For my own morbid curiosity, were you willing? Or was it something that just was a part of your marriage with him?
I begged for it for nightly. Joining his house was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I see. Clearly our worlds really do work differently.
Did you marry him here?
I did,
Is he dead?
and I'm still mortal. And he is.
Oh, yes, he did not wish this on me. He didn't want it for anyone. He said it was a curse. I found it to be comforting.
Sorry, Gabby had to get that out of her system.
How did you end up marrying the king in that world?
It was an arranged marriage. But he was very charming. I quickly fell for him. It was the picnics. He tried to make all the food himself. It was very, very cute. It was the worst food I've ever eaten. But we ate it every week.
So you don't know most of us.
I don't know any of you. Should I?
Doesn't seem to, no.
We just met under different circumstances, I guess.
I don't get out much.
So, I guess since we have some of those bigger questions out of the way, why is it that you figured you wanted our Javea? And what makes you think she'll want to come over to your realm?
When I heard there was a possible replacement, which is a terrible word, for my Javea, I had to find out if they might be interested.
And if they're not?
Then I'm done here. And I will continue in my loss.
And why are the people around you not enough? Who do you have around? Who are they not good? Are they not good enough or trustworthy enough as confidants?
Not every person in your life can fill all of your needs. When you find a friend as close and deep and meaningful as my friendship with Javea, you would do anything to keep it. No one could ever replace her. I'm sure Saldana understands.
I do. But I also understand that getting a Javea from another realm would not fill that void, because she would not be the same as the one you know.
And I would get to learn my friend all over again.
Yes, but in the process I'd be losing mine.
It's really not your decision.
No, but I can definitely have a good say in it.
Then speak with her. Plead your case. I'll plead mine. And we'll leave the decision to her, since it is her decision.
We're not quite sure where she is at the moment.
I bet you could find
It'll be difficult.
Scrying, sending. There are many ways.
Yes, we could get in touch with her. But her coming back to the city would put her in very grave danger.
Why?
We're already facing an assault. We are looking at an invasion. We already have lost Highwater.
Highwater was destroyed years ago in my world.
For us, we lost it yesterday.
Are you under Corrosion command then? I wouldn't think so
No,
with you being queen.
There was a monster attack, but we have been a part of Kyros for decades. We merged our kingdoms.
That's not the case for us.
It's one of the smartest decisions my husband ever made. We prevented war, gave us knowledge on a level that no one else could master. We've learned about other realms, other places in this world. But we didn't know about this place.
Is the Dragon Mother worshipped there?
In some places. We have no temple to her, though. Sometimes I wish we did. I appreciate the representation. I wish all were worshipped equally. Maybe I'll look you up and see if you're interested in being involved, starting a temple.
I am the one who started it here, so...
Then I have found the right person for the job.
Why the ban on magic? Is my curious statement.
The ban on magic goes back to the week that my husband was discovered to be a vampire. He banned magic and religion in the city. A mistake, he says, that he regrets. After a while, the city came together and sat with him and negotiated, created a council of people, and asked that the ban on religion be lifted. He agreed and said he would lift all of his decrees, and they asked that the ban on magic stay, with a few changes. See, they wanted magic in certain circles by certain groups so that we could have the comforts of magic. But they felt the city was safer without it. The people demanded that we leave magic outlawed. So we did.
Interesting.
So, what magics are allowed then?
Anyone is allowed to cast cantrips. As long as they don't damage anything. So mending and things. Other than that, you have to be a part of a special guild or a special class to be able to cast magic.
What if divine magic uses?
As I said, special classes and special guilds. Most clerics in the city can cast freely, as long as they don't damage. But they wear special badges or sashes.
What about magic for defense? Is that something that's used?
Magic for defense against what?
I don't think they have anything to worry about like we do, Finku.
Fair enough.
We have a force. We have the guard. They use magic to defend the city against creatures. We've had attacks before.
That's really all I meant.
And after what happened to Highwater,
What attacked Highwater?
The dragon. It still rests there. They tell me that it's ancient and blue.
Must have been where Nathan lost his eye. Or at least, you're Nathan.
Last one. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Nathaniel Brell. You're not familiar with the name.
Oh, the Brell family. They make our maps, I believe.
Yes.
You really don't know a lot of the people that live in the city, do you?
I know hundreds, if not thousands, of the people in our city. You just don't know the people that you want me to.
Pinball Rexfield, by any
Nice.
chance?
Pinball. Yes, I know Pinball very well.
Does he run an alchemy shop, then?
Pinball was instrumental in developing Amy. He was a part of a very elite, specialized guild, and still is to this day. He heads the guild.
With, Bassifra and a few others?
Yes. Six others, I believe. Although they have quite a few apprentices now. It seems like all of their success is making you very solemn, and I don't understand. They're not your friends. They're not your people.
No, but it brings up
I
memories of
understand.
ours.
Yes, of course, I understand that. But they're happy and they're successful. I don't understand why that is a detriment. Are they not
It is
happy and
not.
successful here?
They're not. Some of them aren't here anymore.
Pinball is, but he. I don't. He doesn't want to know about that. I don't think the one here would be happy with that life. So I do want to ask.
I lost Afra a few months ago.
Loss is difficult.
It's just seeing the differences, I guess.
Why do you not simply resurrect them?
She did not
You
wish to
see-
be resurrected, and so
Oh,
I'm abiding by
well.
her wishes.
Then you should be happy that she is where she wishes to be. There's no
I am.
sadness in that.
But it doesn't mean I don't miss her.
I wish resurrection was an easy answer for me.
You miss Earl, then? Or
Desperately.
why not? Oh, I guess if you can't revive Javea either that way, then. If she was the same in your court.
No. It's not an option.
Did he not have a clone, then, in your world?
I don't know what that is.
I don't think it was necessary, and the clone only worked when he was mortal for a brief time.
It's true. A secondary body, it was a magic spell that he had here. Before his passing.
No, nothing like that.
Is someone going to send for Javea?
That would
I
be
will.
very pleasant. I would appreciate that very much.
I can't do
Give
that.
us a few moments to do what we need to do.
Take all the time you need.
I'm sorry for the
And she
third
stared.
degree. It was not my intention. Just curiosity got the better of me.
I'd be happy to answer any questions you like. And she turns, and with Amy, they head over to the far side of the room and just kind of chat. Fairly out of earshot.
All right. Saldana is whispering low. Perhaps I feel like I need to be the one to send to Javea, or at least
Yeah.
check to make sure she's okay. I don't like any of this. I don't. You can see Saldana starting to breathe a little bit faster and in that panic way.
Give her the facts and let her make up her own mind.
And they've said that if she doesn't want to go, they're not going to push it. I feel like there's nothing wrong with making that offer.
Honestly, even if they weren't gonna just let it go, she's not in the room. She's not here, so it's not like they could just take her.
You wouldn't let that happen.
What I'm
There's
worried
also
about
that.
it, it's. I didn't expect her to be like that.
You mean a
We just-
vampire?
Maybe we're not even in the city. Things are different. It's just
There's a lot of differences. We're not going to be able to know every single one, and I mean, she's got a point. There's not a lot of reason to dwell on them. There's nothing we could do about the fact that things are different here unless we resurrect everyone, and I don't think some of them would want to be. But we can send to Javea. You could let her know that you don't want her to go. That's a fact. But nonetheless, it is her decision.
If she goes, she's going to be turned.
Which is something you should definitely tell her in the message.
I'm gonna have to send her a couple then. 'Cause, knowing me, that's not something I can easily get into just 25 words.
Maybe she never left.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past her. She knows very well how to be hidden when she wants to be.
again, just give her the facts. That's all we can do. We're gonna be here with whatever
Okay.
outcome that is.
All right. All right. I'll send to her then, and So Saldana's gonna go ahead and I don't like this. She's gonna cast Sending. Oh, that's the wrong spell.
Okay.
There we are. To Javea. I'm going to say. God, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. There's a Saldana from another realm. She's looking to bring you to hers. But she's a vampire. That would make you one. Oh god, I'm losing track of my words.
4 left.
4 left.
And would turn you.
They already said that. And would make you one. She already got that.
If you wanted, maybe?
I don't think there's a choice in that part.
Say, but you'd be away.
But
You'd be away.
you'd leave here. And then she'll cast again to add on to that, because that's a lot.
Okay.
Oh god, this is a tricky situation. My brain is
Oh God, this is
That's
a
11.
tricky
No,
situation.
that was Gabby. Fuck you.
That was 11.
That was Gabby. Fuck.
I don't even know.
You want
if
her
she's
response
there.
before you cast again?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
we need
you
to
know
add
what? Yeah,
more
I'll
right
wait.
now.
Well, that's Saldana thinking, but she'll wait.
Rapid fire sending, so she can't even respond.
What?
She's got 24 more. Wait for him.
Yeah,
That's all you get.
that's a fair response. I know that's a lot. And it sounds crazy. It's difficult to explain without you here. That's pretty much all she could think to say.
Okay. Is this important? Do I need to be there? Do you need me?
Yes, I do. And if you go with her, that means you have to leave this realm of existence.
Where are you? Do you have any more?
I could expend my energy to do a 4th level spell slot to do it.
All right.
Then she'll reply, still in Cinderhaven. We're at the Beer Forge currently. I'll let them know if you come here. The gods are...
I can be there in 10 minutes.
Of course you can.
Yeah, all of you just hear Saldana go, of course you can.
Of course you can what?
She'll be here in 10 minutes.
Alright.
What do we get in return for her going, if she chooses? I must have missed that part.
I don't think we get anything. I think it was just
I don't
a
think I want
request.
anything from her.
If you want to go and ask, they're just there.
She doesn't have to become a vampire. And then the question is, are we going to leave the portal open so she can come back and forth to visit?
I don't like the sound of that. That
No.
portal gets bigger every time someone goes through it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
Saldana is gonna stand up and she's gonna go towards Amy and Queen Saldana. She'll be here in a few minutes to talk. I can make no guarantees.
I didn't ask for any guarantees. I don't want her to come unless she wants to.
I ask again, whose idea was it to make the whole court into the same creatures you are?
Every person wished it. It is very difficult to pass up eternity.
Not really, but that's fine.
Say that again.
I said that not really.
Can you say, I am the law?
I am not talking to you anymore.
She looks at Amy, and Amy kind of looks back at her. And they just kind of turn back to Saldana.
We can either wait here or wait at the table for her to arrive. And Saldana's going to
I
turn
think
back.
prefer to sit, if that's all right. Maybe partake of some wine.
I'm sure Ivy has something.
Anything you recommend?
This is really special.
Already
Not
offered
wine.
milk.
Unfortunately for you, I don't drink. And Saldana turns and rejoins her friends.
Guys, I think I'm the one killing everybody over there.
Shh, Locke.
you not-
Locke.
Did you not get that when they said they wore a bear mask?
Wait,
You didn't.
And the Arsalian paladin.
yes, well,
We're saying
it
this
takes
very
me-
low.
It takes me a minute to sometimes.
Do
So
we
I
not
take it you're
say,
not-
I
you're-
am the law to them.
I take it then that you're not having relations with that Saldana's mom.
Oh.
Maybe he is, and that's how he's getting in.
That's how you get the information.
Wow, Jay!
Oh, I'm liking
I was
this.
going
This is getting added in.
I was going right there too.
Callie accidentally snorts part of her iron of her nose at that thought. Ow! Ow, it burns, it burns.
Locke, I think for your safety compared to that, I think it's probably best if you not at least talk to her. For your safety, because I have a very bad
I wish CB was here and we could just connect our brains and not think as each other, think
Exactly.
whatever we wanted. And not have to worry
If
about
silence
what we
worked
say.
that way, I would cast that, but it doesn't work that way, so I won't.
So she goes up.
Works that way.
The two of them go up to the counter and get some wine, and she carries it over and sits down. Amy just kind of goes and meanders by the door. Amy's not too worried about you guys. Any other questions while we wait?
What's
I
Jastra
have
like?
one.
Oh, go ahead.
Chastra. Mother was very difficult to get along. We don't talk much. I know that she did the best she could, but it wasn't good enough.
You had a question?
How did Earl die here?
He was made mortal and then murdered.
From what you said earlier, it sounds like he had some sort of clone.
That one also died.
Does Saldana know that? I thought they hid that.
No,
from her.
we explicitly were told not to tell Saldana that.
Well, then it got
She-
into the
she wa-
journal
she
somehow that
wandered
Earl was
off.
seen at a different realm. Was seen
The
In a different realm.
what
like that
happened with the,
celestial.
Oh, that's true. That did come out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what
she knows
exactly
he's
had
dead.
happened? We no one ever
Got it.
told anybody.
So basically, you know, he's dead. That he left you and then wandered off, and nobody knows for sure how he died.
No.
He had left the city and had been gone for quite a while before we learned of it.
All right. You say that you just had some hardships recently. Yesterday, did you have a dragon attack?
No, Kyros attacked.
You're at war with Kyros.
They're invading us.
Yes.
They said that it was a city, another city.
You thought about surrendering.
That's not really what we do.
What
There's
does
more
that
at stake.
mean?
An entire city is being lost.
Yes, and many of us lost people who we don't plan to give up on by just putting
Right.
our hands in the air.
Maybe you should have given up earlier. It's disappointing that Earl wasn't able to make those things a reality here. Kyros is a formidable army, the greatest in the world. They have magic that no one else has.
Yes, but in this realm, Cinderhaven has us.
Interesting. At least most of you don't exist in ours that I'm aware of, and at least never done anything interesting.
The way we all came to know each other was interesting.
Whatever it was, it did not happen in our world.
We figured that out.
In your world, does Guyana demand nothing but loyalty from everyone as well?
Guyana's tenets include loyalty as the most important.
To the point of invading other countries if they don't all believe in Guyana.
Obviously not.
That is what we're facing here.
Most of Kyros follows Guyana as a singular deity, but they did not require us.
They're demanding that we do.
You're being conquered. Ours was a partnership. As I said, it's disappointing that Earl was not able to do that for you. I wonder what happens.
They cite Earl's existence as one of the reasons for the conquering.
Earl's existence was fraught with mistakes. He admitted them and he corrected them. He was a good man.
I don't disagree with you.
There were influences beyond his control that made it so that he couldn't correct all the mistakes he'd made here.
There were some influences here like that as well. But some good friends were able to help him.
That is fortunate for him.
They were the greatest heroes of Singularity. We have a picture of some of them on your wall. I assume they're heroes here as well.
Many years ago, yes.
Well, some are still around. Are they not here?
We don't know.
Pity.
Who's still around there?
Well, I know Hobbs and Uma for certain are still around.
I don't keep track, but I've just heard that they're still around.
I saw-
Volpuros. Most of them very humble and living just normal life. Sometimes I wish I could do that. More in common than you might think. The door opens and in walks the major. You have a guest,
Yes, let her in.
of course. Saldana stands up immediately and Javea walks in a little hesitant. She kind of looks around and sees Queen Saldana, and then sees Saldana behind Queen Saldana. Like,
I go up to go and hug her.
Saldana doesn't. Queen Saldana doesn't.
You can also call her the vampire. That worked.
How about Saldana the Red?
I've been labeling her QS in my notes to make it simple.
Saldana the Red, bloody.
Saldana the Bloody. As you go over and give her a hug, Saldana actually smiles. So this is weird, right?
Yes, no, it's absolutely very mind-boggling. Trust me, I'm still getting used to it. It's very weird seeing a mirror of me, but also moving and breathing, more or less.
You look good in red.
Mm-hmm.
No? Alright.
And Saldana never wore red again.
Oh no, she hasn't really worn. Oh no, she has worn some maroon. Yeah, some of her articles of clothing are just thrown out.
So I roughly explained the situation, but yeah, not sure if you saw it, but there's a rift to another dimension that is essentially a mirror dimension of our reality, and that Saldana is queen there, and a vampire, and the you that lived there and was friends with her died, and was a vampire.
Alright. Well, that sounds like fun.
She wants to bring you to her realm and turn you.
Okay. That doesn't sound great.
To be fair, the
I figured they were talking kind of privately right now,
Oh,
off to their own.
oh.
But then they will come over and join the table.
Yeah, that little bit was at least her filling her in, and yeah.
I figured it was kind of, you walked over to her to do that. So they come over, and Saldana really can't take her eyes off of
Saldana, this Saldana is staying as close to Javea as possible.
She sits down when Javea does. I assume that Saldana has filled you in a little. All of the murmuring during her sending. And Javea just kind of nods a little. I'm not sure if she said anything favorable or not.
I told her the truth.
The information may have been the truth, but the wording can sway minds.
There's only so many ways I can word certain things with the 25 word limit, and when I'm essentially having a panic breakdown.
Which the most fair thing you could do is to have left all the information out and just asked her to come. If I know her, she would have been here.
Yes, but the thing about me in this realm is that I like to fill people in before they make decisions.
I can see why you're not queen.
It was never a position I wanted. That's a big difference between you and me.
You're wrong. I never wanted it. But I do my duty. My people needed me. It turns to Javea. I had a friend. It was my closest friend for years. She was my handmaiden. She became my confidant. She became my best friend. And she asked me to make her immortal. I could not say no to my best friend. I would like to find my friend, at least a small part of them, and hope to make a connection like that again, even if it's just for a short while. I am inviting you to come back with me. A different life. A new start. From what has been said, it sounds like you might need it. And Javea kind of brushes a little hair out of her face and has been fairly silent and pauses for a long time. I'd like to talk to my Saldana alone. I meant, well, with our friends, just not with you. And Queen Saldana kind of smirks a little and nods. Of course. I hope maybe that you'll extend the same courtesy to me. And Javea says, maybe. And Queen Saldana stands. We'll be outside. As Amy and Queen Saldana head over to the door, and as the door opens and sunlight hits Amy, immediately the darkness gets turned on, the shadowy illumination, and they step out. The door shuts and you are completely alone. Hold on a second. And Javea reaches into her pocket and pulls out a small gem. And she starts to peer. It's actually a large gem. It's kind of costume jewelry-esque looking. And she kind of peers through this large red ruby and starts looking just quickly around the room. And pops it back in her pocket. We're okay. It's totally picked up.
It's handy.
Very expensive. I can only use it a couple times a day.
Good time to use it.
So that's a thing.
I'm sorry for killing you. Maybe.
What?
We would have
In
gotten
the
him
other worlds,
eventually.
not this one.
You killed me, Laura?
I said I was sorry, and then I said maybe, because maybe you deserved it. I don't know the situation.
I don't. What? What would I do?
Apparently, in the other world, there's an Ursine paladin, and she kind of motions at Clark, like, who goes around wearing a bear mask
Yeah, no,
and
definitely. Absolutely.
killing vampires, which is what the entire royal court is made of. Everyone's a vampire. They apparently all chose to be turned into vampires, but they're all vampires. So it's a thing.
I mean, having a choice is nice. I made it to Highwater yesterday just in time to see it happen. It was my only plan, was to go to Highwater. I didn't nowhere else to go, so I just came back. I'm kind of hiding here until I had a new plan. I didn't want to be in the wilderness. Cities are comfortable. I live in fear every day here. This seems very strange. I don't understand it, most of it. But it sounds like it could be a good, at least temporary escape.
I don't know if it's temporary, Javea.
Okay, well, I'll take that into consideration, I guess.
They are also merged kingdoms with Kyros. You might need to ask if the steward is still around, just to be safe.
And what he's like.
And if he even knows who I am, I guess. Doesn't sound like what you were saying, but everything's the same over there. It's not, obviously, right?
It's not. It's not. And he wouldn't be in Cinderhaven. I just wanted you to be aware, because I would hate for you to go over there and be surprised by something that we didn't know about.
They got here. How did they get here? Couldn't I just come back that way?
There's a crack which they came
Oh,
through.
that big thing outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
every time people
I don't
go
know how
through
long.
it, it's getting bigger.
Okay.
So don't know if that means it'll break, or if we should break it, or
Portals being opened in around the city's never been good. We've always had to close them. So there's only the one, but
Sure,
still
yeah.
wasn't.
I mean, it seems like a crazy idea. Is it weird that I kind of want to at least consider it?
Not weird.
That
Yeah,
is
it
why
It was
we
your
brought you
decision.
here.
We wouldn't be very good friends if we made the decision for you, would we?
Well, yeah, you guys wouldn't do that. I appreciate that. I don't know. Do you think Jasper would be okay, Lark? I don't want to leave
She
you.
has been okay so far. When you have left, she has the
know.
goblins, and
Sorry.
they're a little older now. I would hate for you to have gone. And you would, of course, have to watch out for me on the other side. Apparently.
I'll just make friends with you. Seems easy enough.
Maybe just mention our code word of ballyhoo.
Ballyhoo, yeah.
I don't think you'll have anything to worry about if you don't become a vampire.
Yeah, that seems a little weird. I don't know that I want to be a vampire. Why would anybody want to? I mean, live forever sounds kind of cool, but the rest of it, kind of wigs me out.
There's no real good ways to live forever.
Everything is a sacrifice. I think I'll take my chances with just living. But
If if you do go,
Hmm?
I would need assurance one way or the other whether you wanted to have that happen or not. Because if it did happen,
Wait, which one?
becoming a vampire, if it does happen and you've given your word that you don't want it to, then we would know that something was wrong.
I mean, you know, people can change their minds about things, right, Lark? I mean, that does happen.
Yes, but you would tell us.
I suppose. I mean, especially if I could write or something, that'd be nice. I don't know. This seems weird. I don't know that I want to go, but I definitely don't want to be here anymore. Not right here. But if I go north, I run into the war. If I go south, I'm alone with nothing. And Lamina was my only other thought. Maybe the birch fields. I could go with the birch field wherever they're from. If they would have me.
I could arrange a meeting with Captain Merrill if you'd like. It does mean traveling as you can and potentially giving up many, many relationships.
I don't like traveling.
Then I wouldn't recommend the Birchfield because they kind of tell you where to go and when to go and do it.
I don't want to travel. I want to sit around and be silly and goofy and have friends and just enjoy things. I'm tired of fighting and training and not being on guard and being scared.
It's not an easy way to live. If you
Definitely don't
do,
recommend Lamina either. You would be on guard, scared, and you need to train constantly just to
There are a
survive.
lot of cute animals there, so that would help offset.
or at least not the island proper. If you stayed in the little village that's right outside of the island, we met a few interesting people there. There's a bakery, there's a bar, there's, little groups,
It's just the farthest away place that I know. That's all. It's an easy answer. You guys were there. You seemed fine. I mean, there were lots of stories about living in luxury while you were there. You lived in a mansion
That's
or
'cause
something?
we-
100 servants?
Well, that was
It
because
was
of
magically summoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take GB with.
Javea, I know that it is your decision in the end, but I know I haven't been the best of friends. Guys, I've been a pretty shitty friend. Let's not kid ourselves.
A little bit
I
of an
know
understatement, but all right. She grins.
I just know I don't want to lose you. That's Saldana lost her Javea. I don't want to lose mine.
I love you, Saldana. I can't make my decision on what you want. We barely speak. I barely see you. The relationship that I want to have is not one that you can have. I'm sorry you're in so much pain all the time. I really wish I could have fixed that. I'm gonna at least hear with me now. And she slides her chair back and stands up. Starts heading for the door.
We'll support you, whatever your decision is. And we won't ever stop loving you. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that. And she heads outside into the darkness in the middle of it. Door shuts. You seem to be alone.
Are you all right, Saldana?
No.
I'm just thinking back to all the times I was such an awful friend to her. And even though she tried so hard to keep me safe, I wouldn't blame her for leaving.
It is not going to be out of spite for you, Saldana. Even with everything you've done.
No one's
She has moved on.
and no one's perfect. We've all made some mistakes. Some have had worse outcomes than others, and some have affected other people more than ourselves, but we've all made decisions we regret looking back at them. All we can do now is love her and support her and hope that she chooses whatever's going to be the best for her, whether that means she gets to stay with us or not. I've had to do a lot of letting go recently, and sometimes you just have to. It sucks. A lot. But sometimes you have to.
Who knows, maybe we'll find a way that we can communicate at the very least. Maybe eventually find a way to visit.
That's true. We don't know what's going to happen. And if, in some strange way, the two worlds are starting to merge, just like the whole cast situation, then, you'll see her again, sort of. You just may not remember exactly this conversation. Not that that's overly comforting, though.
And if I promise to Hedwig is basically as binding as making a fey promise to the Baba Yaga, which I'm pretty sure it is, I get to help reshape everything in 3 weeks, so I'll bring her right back. So, and there you go, right? That's gonna be fine. At least establish a way we can visit.
If we can.
What's the point of being able to bend and reshape the universe if I can't bend it a little bit the way I want it so my friends can see friends?
I'm just tired of losing people.
I understand on a very, very deep level. And it sucks. And there's not a lot we can do to stop it. Because even if we do everything within our power, eventually we lose people.
Unless you turn them all into vampires, apparently.
Well, that still didn't work out well for her, though. She still lost someone.
Yeah.
Twice.
Makes me wonder if Afra is a vampire over there, too.
If she's a part of the court, I wouldn't put it past her probably wanting it.
I'm gonna go peek out the door, see how that
Okay.
conversation's going.
You see, hold on. I'm gonna roll this. You see, Saldana, Queen Saldana, and Javea sitting on a bench in the shade, in the shadowy. Well, it's all shade here. Off, kind of away from everyone, even Amy. Kind of turned towards each other, and they are giggling and laughing.
It looks like they are hitting it off.
this is a good thing, or could be a good thing.
It's gonna hurt if she chooses to go. But given what she's got going on, it might be the best decision for her. As much as it's awful.
I know. That's why this hurts even more.
I'm gonna go peek again one more time.
Okay.
It's same thing still there.
This time, Javea is up on her feet and is like making like some sort of weird motions, like she's telling a story, but like using her whole body to kind of pantomime out what was happening. And Sildana is like doubled over laughing. I rolled that 20.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna use.
So you guys can hear Sildana laughing from outside.
I'm gonna use telepathy to tell her that it looks like you are having a good time. I forgot. You probably would have thought of it yourself, but please run everything by Jastra. You mean the world to her. And she's not here right now and hasn't been informed about any of this, so. Anyway, that is all.
And she can't respond, I don't think, right?
Yeah, she can actually. It's a. I don't know. I think it was.
I'm not going anywhere right now, Clark. And I love you and Jastra too much to say goodbye on a whim. There will be lots of notice.
Very well.
At least 3 weeks. That was Logan.
I saw that Muppet walk.
Mm-hmm.
Logan, you're
It's
a
the last
bad
3 weeks of
person.
game. Every Muppet walks up.
Yeah, man.
Gotta break 100, right? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we have them come?
No, Saldana doesn't really have much to say.
Oh, Sheen has gone angelic.
And slow.
That's not a nice thing to say. So, wait for it. Oop.
There he is.
My camera cord is up, not doing great, apparently. I bumped it and it came unplugged.
Yeesh. So,
You're back up to speed now.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Slow just wore off. It's fine.
Yeah. Somewhere in another dimension, because they were banished. So, a few minutes later, actually probably like 15 to 20 minutes later, the two of them come in and they're both smiling. Sildana sees Sildana and kind of forces a smile off of her face, knowing the feeling, knowing the pain she's in. Knowing that she wouldn't want, had things been different, to have seen a smile. However, Jastra does not have that level of empathy.
Jastra?
And, Javea does not have that level of empathy and is just kind of smiling and happy looking. But she does most of the time anyway. And she comes over and the queen says, "We are going to take our leave. We'll return tomorrow. Unless there's anything else you need.
Why are you returning tomorrow?
Sorry. We'll return in a few days.
There you go.
To get her decision. That's what she's asked.
Smart.
Could you find out why the portal is getting bigger each time somebody goes through it?
We're working on learning all we can about the portal. How long it'll be there, how big it's going to get. It grew quite a lot in the first 2 days.
We know.
Has anything come out of your side?
No. Well, some ice, I understand, did.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Connor.
Smart.
Is there anything else I can find out for you? Would you like me to look up your friends or family? You seem to be very intent on knowing what our world is like. I don't mind.
Can you look up how Nathaniel Brell was killed?
Nathaniel Brell.
He
Yes.
really wants to know.
The artist, architect,
The cartographer.
mapmaker, cartographer. Sorry, I'll get it one of these. Part of the Brell family. Yes, I can do that.
The two people I'm closest with, you are already very close with, so.
It doesn't look like you're happy with that. I'm sorry.
It's a little strange to hear that my husband is your consort and the world. That's
Who?
Primeheart, the royal gardener.
Primeheart.
Or someone was telling me lies and
Large Goliath gentleman.
Zanrock, Lucanavi.
Oh, Sandrock. Yes. Sandrock. He's one of my closest friends.
He's a good man.
He is a very good man.
Holly holds up her wedding rings now.
You're married to Sandrock here.
Yes.
I often wish that we could be married. But the life of a queen. It wouldn't be proper.
I understand.
But you're a queen, you can make it proper. If you wanted, you just say this is how it is now.
We have partnerships, alliances, and allegiances that would not understand. Luckily, since I cannot bear children, I am not required to marry anyone. I will have to find someone to leave my throne to at some point, but hopefully not for many, many years. Well, I'll see you all later. And she kind of gives a little wave to, very uncharacteristic of a queen wave to Javea, and Javea kind of waves. And the two of them. Javea's like, I am starving. And she starts picking up some of the food that was on the table that nobody touched.
Except maybe Foster.
Have at.
Just like this bear tongue coming up over the edge of the table, like.
Did the queen never noticed Foster? I couldn't get a read on you, whether you were acting, whether she got a read on me or not. But we should
Guess we'll find out.
Either way, even if you are the same people, it's not like it's you.
Well, yeah, I know. There is probably a lot more of that, Javea. There's not a lot of customers today.
She's got like a mouthful. Well,
Exactly.
yeah.
Did you, it seemed like you liked hanging out with them.
She's nice. She's Saldana. And there's, it's like we've known each other for years. It's clicked almost instantly, although we just have different stories.
And will you be safe there? Did you find that out? Is the person you're running from?
He's evidently married happily to someone his own age.
Well, that is
Good.
I think those are all bonuses.
Yes.
Kind
Definitely.
of starts to frown a little bit thinking about that now. I do need to go though. I did not be in the city, I think. I can't be within a couple of miles of any detect person or anything.
Wait, what if I can protect you? Hold on. Hold on. I gotta go through my spells. Hold on.
I will walk you out of the city.
She says, if I need to go, that'd be nice. And she just kind of looks at Sildana with a big...
I can help you. I can help so that
Okay.
you're not detected. I have a spell that I can always cast. Non-detection. I can do that for you.
Awesome. What does it do?
Meta talk. For the duration, you hide a target that you touch from divination magic. The target can be a willing creature or a place or an object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. The target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
Cool. That sounds amazing. I gotta remember that.
It's just
Yeah.
expensive.
Knowledge cleric.
Damn it.
I have that always prepared, and fuck, I just realized my mistake.
It's expensive though.
It's just 25 gold of diamond dust.
Every time you cast it, and it's 8 hours.
I know, but it's worth it.
That's 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, darn, you just have to keep Javea with you.
75 gold a day. That's a lot. But
It could be a
that
start.
sounds expensive and like it'll do a lot, but if you're willing, at least then I could stay.
I don't want to force it, but it's an option for you.
Okay. I mean, if you're willing, I'd rather stay than go, but that sounds like it would protect me. I mean, what do you guys think? Is that gonna work?
It should.
Where's GB?
Oh, yeah, that's
I
actually a
really
good
like to ask
point.
GB.
He invented it. I'm sure he would know.
Oh, Finku, you're studying with GB. What do you think?
I was actually about to suggest something which could work. This can be good for now because I don't have this spell ready, but I know of a spell that doesn't cost that and lasts for 24 hours.
Oh, what's that one called?
Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum. It's the same thing, just it's a singular point. And
I
if
wouldn't
you
be able to go anywhere.
Well, we could also only cast non-detection when you actually were out, as opposed to
Oh,
3
that's a
times.
good idea.
It brings the cost down because Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum doesn't cost anything.
Would the two of you be okay doing that, working together on that?
I would be totally fine with that. I just actually need to go and learn that. I know about it.
Okay.
I just need to learn it.
This sounds good to me.
Yeah. So yeah, you can spend as much time as you want out of it, and it'll just be there. Just
Okay.
keep an eye on the clock. Because I can't do non-detection. That's not something I can do.
I'm really bad at that, but I'll try.
I
Okay.
actually happen to have a little bit of dust on me.
Oh, we could start now then. That would be great.
I guess I need to go and look at more spells to learn. Yay!
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
And I do need to cast it as a 4th level spell because I have no more 3-level spell slots.
Does that extend the time or anything? Oh,
No, it doesn't say that it does.
need to be.
Yeah.
You're not a sorcerer either, because you could do what is it, extend spell or something that takes an 8
Yeah.
hour turn into 20.
Yeah, use
That would be awesome, but yeah, I'm a cleric / wizard. Is the best I
Quick
got.
dip in a sorcerer
Uh,
too.
Yeah. Also.
Just real quick.
Oh, because I have the charisma for that.
Mhm.
Just real fast for Juvea right now.
Mordenkainen's Barrack Sanctum is 100 foot square. So it's a fairly large
You
area.
can put it anywhere, or is it like
Yes.
a pocket dimension,
It's
or just
it's an
it just
area.
like sanctifies a place? Okay.
Yes. And
So
if you
while
cast
they
So
were
you, like,
every-
it
while
can
they
be
were
her
sleeping.
apartment.
yes, it can be.
Got it.
And
Okay.
if you cast it in a place for a year every day, it's permanent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I have a spell that's also similar to that, but I think it's Temple of the Gods. That gives me something like that.
Yes, so that's kind of similar, but higher level. Yeah,
Alrighty.
I will go and
So-
learn that.
That sounds like an amazing plan. You've helped a friend today. You've learned a little more about the other dimension. And the rest of the day is fairly uneventful. Is there anything else you're doing? You need to do? You want to?
I'm buying more diamond dust.
Which you can find in great abundance, right?
I am going to Ireland's if he's still open,
Which is where you're going to find the diamond dust.
and go and get a scroll and start copying it.
All right.
Feverish.
Yeah, he did. So 5th. What level's
4th.
4th? Yeah, he definitely had.
So that's going to be 8 hours. Hey, that works out. Okay.
I had something else I wanted to do.
Okay.
After hearing about the other dimension and Ua being sorry, dogs keep coming over and looking at me. I don't know why. They
Because they love.
and also barking next to me. I lost my train of thought. After hearing about Uma being okay and the other dimension and being sort of a folk hero and living a peaceful life, Doshin came to the decision that yes, they are going to attempt to send to her. It was been going back and forth for a while, but this is just sort of thinking about all of that's going on while trying to not dwell on it. Just kind of wants to know. It's been a while, like writing a message out, actually preparing what they're going to say for this ending, which never happens. So, Yoshin sends to Uma and says, hello, Cinderhaven is bad now. I wanted to be sure that you're safe. A lot has happened. I want to see you after the war.
There's no response. Spell doesn't seem to have worked.
Well, yeah.
You could just go through the portal.
I'd be willing to go with you.
It wouldn't be the same one, though.
I know.
Not the same one. Not the same me. Not the same anybody.
I know.
The pinball that's there, I don't want to know him. So I don't know if I want to know the Uma there either. I'm sure she's better, but just because they're happier doesn't mean that they're people. That's how I...
I know.
Maybe I try again some other day. See if something is. Yeah.
That's true. There's nothing stopping us from trying again.
Nope.
I'm gonna keep the little scrap of paper with the message on it, just in case.
Okay.
Callie's gonna walk over to the portal and just kind of stare into it for a long while.
Javir, if I will walk with you to see Jastra, if that's what you would like. That is where I am heading.
Yeah, I'd really like to talk to her about this a little bit as well. Just want to make sure she's going to be okay if I decide to go. Or if she needs me, if she needs me, I won't. I have a feeling she's going to tell me to do what I want to do.
We both know the answer.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. And so, Lark, you'll take her out, and the conversation will go pretty much as you expect.
Lark?
Jastra.
Just before you leave, can you just let me know when you guys are heading back to your camp? Because I'll meet you there and do the casting and stuff. That's all.
Actually, if it's okay, I'll just stay at Lark's and you could do it there.
Okay, do you mind if I come with you then?
Come along.
Okay.
You can ride on Foster today.
I've never done
It's
it.
a lot of.
He scratches right behind the nook there, the ear.
Until he does.
Good to know. And Victor, I guess, will ride faster. Give him good scratches.
You haven't handled fish recently, have you?
No.
Never mind. He wouldn't bite your hand. I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
All right, so you guys go back, and yeah, the conversation goes about as you expect. It's more about Jester wants her to be happy, says that she'll be fine, that she'd miss her, but that it's they could find someone to help with the children. They have lots of volunteers, and especially with Finku casting the spell here, of course, welcome absolutely 100%. So they'd make up the guest room, and so the guest room will be the guest room, which is with 100 feet. You said, is it a radius? 100 foot.
100 feet cube.
Cube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's going to do still over half the house.
Oh, yeah.
So
I will not make it.
Actually, no, it's probably take up almost all the house.
Yeah, I will not make it magically dark and cloudy because that is an option for this.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's got a few options. Yeah. I will choose the senses by divination can't be used. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination. Nothing can teleport into or out. And planar travel is blocked. I will not use the sound can't pass. And I won't make it foggy.
What about sending? Can sending go?
Is sending
Sounds
divination?
like it could. No. Is it divination magic or divination spell?
Divination magic.
I don't think it is.
Let me double check.
Senses created by divination spells can't appear in the side of the protecting area or through its
Evocation.
parameter.
Yeah, sending is evocation.
Creatures can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of.
I don't think that would work because it's evocation and not conjuration or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, sending doesn't reveal where you are, so I think that's fine.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. and Thinku will come down at the same time for the next few days and cast it. And Thinku can cast it today because he's got prodigious inspiration, so he can actually swap out a prepared spell
that's fine.
on the fly once a day. So,
Nice.
or once a short rest. So he just does it, saying, "Nope, I don't need Fireball today."
Well,
You'll need it on the walk back.
Well, I'll take a short rest.
anyone else? Anything left? Tess?
No, she just stares at the portal for a while.
Okay.
And then turns around and leaves.
Okay. And that's where we're going to end. We've learned a lot. There's a calm over the city, a very solemn calm, unfortunately. Less people. Most streets you wander down, even the busiest streets, you're alone, or maybe there's a few guards. People open up their shops just to have something to do. Most of them, half of them, are crying in their shops, sitting behind the counters. People in the street upset, people standing at the edge of the lake staring into it. The city is broken. Have a good weekend, everyone. We will see you all on Wednesday at 4 p.m. as we continue with Countless Heroes.
4 p.m.
7 p.m. Sorry.
4 p.m. is very early, love.
It's very early. I'm tired. I was thinking 4 nights a week now is what my brain was going to. Let's see if we can find someone we want to raid real quick. Not a lot of people out there today, so we're just gonna go ahead and say no on that. You know what? We can go see Katie Quixotic just to say hi.
Yes.
Does an art stream right now. They're awesome. So we'll go over and say hi. Come along with us if you can. We're just gonna go say hi real quick, and you know, some of you can stick around. It's an awesome stream, and some of us can go off and do what we need to do for the rest of the day. Have a good weekend, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget, Tuesday at noon is not Final Rites this next week, I don't think. We just had that. So that will be, I don't know what that's going to be yet. I don't know if the DRPG stream is going to start yet, but then that means that Tuesday night at 7 p.m. will be Shenanigans. So come by and see that. Let's see if we can kill some more unicorns. Oh, horrible. All right.
He lived. He lived.
He lived. He actually did. He did live. I'm going to make that canon right now, but
we want to
he's a
see him
very
again.
grumpy unicorn. He's a grumpy corn. All right. We'll see you over there, everyone. Goodbye. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Have a good weekend.